The following podcast is recommended for mature audiences only. The following podcast is recommended for adults only. Maturity is not a requirement.
Hello and welcome to episode 27 of Dear Download, a podcast where we get to share our most intimate and treasured memories of Download Festival. We'll talk about each year, the bands we saw, the bands we missed, and everything else noteworthy that happened across the weekend. Also, we'll touch upon any news, other festivals, and the music industry past, present and future. This week, we are talking about other festivals. Simon has just had a lovely scorching weekend at 2000 Trees. I always say 2000 and trees because we've been saying 2000 and for 22 years now. But yes, as always, I'm here with Simon. How are you doing, man?
Hello, good day to you, sir. You're right about scorching. I am very tanned. Let's just say that getting two festivals with this good weather in a row is no mean feat in Britain. But I do not see this weather stopping anytime soon.
No.
So
I thought you had a red light on.
Super brown. There is, but honestly, I'm proper brown, man. It's great. I'm not dissing it. Like I said in the download video, these aren't complaints. It's just fucking hot.
Yeah.
And I can't take it. And my hay fever, I'm sorry if I sound a bit bunged up because my hay fever is running riot. So yeah, I apologise if I do sound a bit bunged up because I am. So.
Yeah, that's fair, man. I had to get the thing about the weather in there. We were talking a little bit beforehand, and Simon was saying how much he hates this heat. So
bring on winter, man. Come on, I'm a little goth boy. I don't want this. What is this shit?
Get rid of it. Strange, isn't it?
Jesus Christ.
Sorry. Sorry.
No, I just said it's weird.
Yeah. My hay fever hasn't actually been too bad this year. There was was it about a week or two before download where the pollen was really, really high and it was just destroying me, even through the tablets I take. But
that's when you know it's pretty bad. When it evades the tablets, that's when you know it's really bad.
Yeah.
I didn't have it that bad when I was actually at Trees at all. I was totally fine. It's actually much better at Trees than I was at Download.
Really?
But it's just since I've got back, it's been, really bad. But the last few days have been all absolute scorchers. And like we were talking about before, next week's going to be even worse, which I am really, really not looking forward to at all.
Well, I don't know how true it is, but I think Tuesday is meant to be up to about 38 degrees. This is going to be getting hotter every day up to Tuesday, which I think is unheard of in this country.
I can't take it. I can't take it, man. Honestly, that's too much for me. It's too much already. So I don't know. I'll probably be lying on the floor naked with fans pointing at me and, I don't know, Bullet for My Valentine on or something. Put that image in your head because that's probably what I'm going to be doing on all those
Anybody's
days.
any good at drawing.
Yeah, man. Like one of your French girls.
Yeah. So what have we got coming up? So you got the guest pass, didn't you, or the media pass?
Yes.
You were going to interview a few people.
I was going to interview. There was XL Life, who I never heard back from. They're PR people, so I'm guessing they just either weren't doing something or whatever. I got booked in for Phoxjaw. I had a great conversation with Josh from Phoxjaw. We will be playing that interview. It's coming up. He was a great fun, really nice. It was literally just like this. It was just like two mates talking. Really good guy. Yeah. I saw him a couple of times at the festival afterwards, and kept speaking to him. So really nice bloke. And then I did have an interview booked in for Bears in Trees, but we had a huge boo-boo. So basically, Vicky gave her parents a key to the house because her parents were going to come and stay in Cheltenham for the weekend and go see a show and do, have dinner and basically get away from the house for a little while.
Right.
So we woke up on Friday morning and we had a message from her mum saying, we can't get into the house. And I was like, what do you mean they can't get into the house? They've got the only key, the only spare key. We specifically Yeah, we specifically had it cut so her friends could get in while we were at Download. So I knew the key worked. And then Vicky's like, oh, send a picture of the key. And I was like, looks like the right key-ish. But then they couldn't get in. So we had to come all the way home from the festival. We only lived 20 minutes away, bear in mind. But I don't like to leave the bubble of the festival, go out into the real world. Yeah, because I've never, ever done that before. I've always stayed in the confines of the festival, apart from Download, going into the little town. But I've never been home or anything. So coming home was proper weird.
Yeah,
we got here. I opened up the door straight away with my key, and they were out getting lunch, so we had to wait for them to come back.
Huh.
She'd only gone and given them the wrong fucking key, didn't she?
Oh, dear.
She gave them the key to the Abingdon office, which was an office that I was looking after for a couple of months, instead of the front door key. So I was like, babe, seriously, you gave them the wrong bloody key. So we had to come all the way home. We sat down for a little bit. We watched a bit of Seinfeld. We ordered McDonald's.
I bet that was fucking super weird.
Yeah, we ordered McDonald's. We ate McDonald's, watched a little bit more of Seinfeld, and then we went back to the festival, and we got there about half an hour before Puppy started. Yeah. But it was really weird. So that is why I didn't interview Bears and Trees. And I did message the PR guys and say, I'm so sorry. I've had a proper misfire here. Something's happened. Yeah. So it was all good in the end. But yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't have 2 interviews, but we can all blame Vicky. So, I mean, that's it. We can just blame her. So
yeah, okay.
On 3 for everyone on the podcast, we're going to say blame Vicky together. Are you ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Blame Vicky. That was... Why did you do that?
Who?
You!
Me.
You done it out of time on purpose.
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
What? No, Discord has a delay.
Don't lie to me.
It does.
He's lying, ladies and gentlemen. He was just trying to put me off, I reckon.
It was exactly on time.
Okay, you ready? We'll do it again.
Ears, yeah.
Okay, ready? 1. No, wait. 1, 2. He's fucking me up. Wait, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Blame Vicky.
Blame Vicky.
We said, so in my ears, we said 1, 2, 3 at exactly the same time.
Okay, I don't know what happened the first time, but we got it. We got it. So yes.
Oh, I mean,
blame Vicky.
Do you remember when we said basketball at the same time?
Oh yeah.
We didn't say that at the same time, but I made sure we did in the audio.
Oh, did you?
So I mean, without all that fussing around, I could have just done that again anyway.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry, it's good. It was better. It was more. It was more natural.
The tricks of the trade, guys. Yeah.
It's more natural. Yeah. So you guys have got one interview with Josh from Phoxjaw, which will be coming up in a bit.
But yeah, well, let's do what we normally do. How has your last couple of weeks been? Any other than 2000 Trees? Anything interesting or exciting in the life of Simon?
Me and Vicky reserved a house day before yesterday.
Yeah,
so
I did see that.
That's very exciting. Yeah, it's our first house. So we weren't expecting to do it. I'm sorry for any of the young listeners. This is probably very boring. But basically, the Help to Buy scheme is running out, which is like a government program where they put in money for your deposit so you can get a new build house. And our mortgage advisor told us it was running out. So we weren't expecting to even look for a house till next year. But it turns out we have to do it really quickly. So we've cut into the wedding budget now. So we're going to have to pay that back until next year. But yeah, so we reserved the house. So yes, hopefully by October, November, we shall have a brand new 3-bedroom house in Twigworth, which is a little town just outside Cheltenham.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Little town.
Yeah, like a it's tiny little place. Yeah.
Okay.
So basically nothing really, like a little village almost.
Yeah.
There's a whole new build estate there. So
well,
they built like a co-op and
right.
They built all shops. When house builders do it now, they put infrastructure in. They don't just put a house and don't put anything near it.
Yeah.
They're like building a school and all sorts of shit. So yeah, we're in there. Twigworth Green it is. It's a
awesome,
lovely, lovely place. But yeah, the house at the moment is just in the first build stage, so it has walls but no roof.
Right. Okay. Awesome.
So yeah, we're going to get to see it through all the build stages. And I work for the house builder Bovis Homes that's actually building the house. So huge bonus there for me. I get some extra things. I won't say what they are, but
you can go down and crack some whips. And say, we need it quicker.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to be down there kicking the site manager, being like, "Come on, I want to move in." So fingers crossed. If all goes to plan, we should be in before December. But ideally, we would just like to be in before Christmas.
Yeah,
that's the plan. It'd be nice to have a first Christmas there. But yeah. Anyway, that's all really that's happened to me, apart from that and 2,000 trees, and we're going to talk about that. Yeah. So what about you, dude?
Well, no, I was just going to say, to be honest, you'll be saving money as well, probably. Maybe not, but like
no.
Rent is usually so much more than a mortgage.
Well, let's just say someone in this relationship that isn't me has a very bad credit rating. Our mortgage payments will actually be higher than the rent we're paying, but it's going into something that we're going to own. I'm not just putting it in someone else's pocket. So I do mind. And I am going to be trying to I'm going to be way more... I'm doing 3 festivals this year. I don't think for the next 5 years I will be able to do... I'll probably just be able to do download.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'll be able to have the money to go to Bloodstock or 2,000 Trees. We'll see, maybe, but it's going to be a tight 5 years starting from end of this year. So I'm really trying to enjoy myself this year. I was like, download, Bloodstock, 2,000 Trees. I'm going camping. We're going away. We're going to my dad's in Spain. We're literally trying to shove as much as we possibly can into this year because we just know that the money is going to go. So
that's fair.
We're just preparing ourselves for it. Yeah. So yeah, but apart from that, nothing much. Geese. What about you, sir?
Yeah. Well, I do have a funny story that I wanted to share with you. It's quite
nice.
It's quite funny.
Reminds me of Alan Partridge. Alan's funny stories.
I don't think I saw that. I did see a few episodes of Alan Partridge. I don't think I saw that one.
He just tells a joke and then he's doing the radio show and he presses a button and it goes like a jingle. It goes, Alan's funny stories. We should do Adam's funny stories.
Yeah. I also went to the Metal to the Masses final, which is awesome. You know, first gig I've been to in a long time, so I'll touch upon that a little bit. But we got a lot of new uniform in work, like everybody, like the whole of Royal Mail has, and so we had to order everything: new T-shirts, shirts, the under bits, like I don't know what they're called, but yeah, like they go underneath your trousers, like sports people wear.
Oh, like long johns and heated stuff.
Yeah, everything was brand new design, and we got these new shorts. They're cool shorts. And I walked into the work wearing mine the first day, and the guy comes up to me, and says like, "How did you get them?" Like, and I didn't know what he meant, and he was like, "Well, they're different to these, aren't they?" And I still didn't know what he meant, and he was like, "Well, yeah, but they're longer. These are short. These are much shorter than the old ones." And at that point, I had to lift my T-shirt up and show him that I was wearing them down by my ass, the way that shorts were meant to be worn. So he just looked longer on me.
I love that. He's wearing them standard person, and you're wearing them 2001 Grebo style. So they look like they're really low.
Well, yeah, everybody else, like going up from the floor, they've got obviously the shoes and everything. They got nice tanned legs, about 2 inches of white around their knee, and then the new shorts. Whereas mine are fine.
Oh, that's great. Everyone's got to get that bit tanned that never tanned before. I love it. That's so good. How are their new uniforms? Are they nice?
They are quite nice, actually. Yeah, we've got new proper shirts, like button-up shirts, which I quite like. The trousers are very cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool, man. I'll have to have a look at my postie and see what he's wearing these days.
Yeah.
Check him out. I'm going to go outside and be like, yes, cool gear, man. Looking good.
Well, yeah, they've been rolled out over like several months period. So your guys might have had them a long time ago. They might not have them yet. So everybody go and check out your postman or postwoman, post lady. I don't know, your postie,
post person.
You
go check out your post person and have a look at them. Strip them down. Really get a good look at them. You know, let's have a really good look at these new garments.
Although Bill did strip me down in work after we're talking about that. But,
listen,
we're not
we don't want to
yet.
know, all right? I can only imagine what goes on in some of these offices. We don't want to know, okay?
I had to, like, he apologised to me after, and I said, you have to remember that you're talking to a man who was conquered naked across the stage while a band were playing before. Talking about bands playing, there we go. I managed to get that segue in pretty well.
Smooth transition. Go on, tell me.
The Metal to the Masses, Bloodstock, Somerset final was absolutely incredible.
Nice.
Like I said, I've not been to a gig for a long time now, not a proper one. We went to a barbecue beforehand. I did put a post up about it and said I didn't make it to the end of the gig because shots were offered at the barbecue, and I decided I'd have shots. Even though I said earlier in the week, there's no way I'm doing shots at your barbecue to Bill because I want to last to the end of this gig, and I didn't hold out on my no shots policy. But yeah, so we saw a few bands. The first one on were the band that I've been wanting to see for a long time, Tim White, the Deadbeats. They were absolutely amazing. I've been friends with the main guy, Tim White, funny enough, for about 20 years. He got pretty much his old band back together again from back in the day, a band called Severed. He's got the same bassist. And I spoke to the bassist a little while ago and said, have you been in any other bands since? And he was like, no. So he was in Severed, took about, I would say, let's say an 18-year break, and is in another band again.
Oh my God.
The other bands we saw, a band called Smile More. They were really good.
Nice.
Basically like horror kind of stuff. Think of Ice Nine Kills.
Okay.
The singer had like clown kind of makeup on. The bassist, I think it was, had a mask and an apron, that kind of thing.
Nice.
And I thought at the time, there's probably so many bands trying to do that kind of thing at the moment. Because everyone loves horror stuff.
Yeah.
Just trying to sort of blend the two together. So you had to be really, really good to pull it off and to stand out. And they were really good. The third band was a band called Unburier, who were the band who won it. They were really good. To me, they weren't anything too different. They were just standard metal. I couldn't pinpoint what exactly it was about them, but they ended up winning. So nice. Definitely worth checking out at Bloodstock if you're going. I don't think they had a bassist. It was like 2 guitars and a drummer. I don't understand.
Really?
I've never seen a setup like that before.
Oh, weird. Okay, yeah, they're probably playing to a bass.
Yeah, maybe.
Or a trigger track or something on the drums, most likely.
Yeah. And the other band I saw was a band called No Thursday War, who were really good. Sort of a few older guys, probably a little bit older than us, actually. Probably 26, 27.
Yeah, about that, yeah. Yeah.
I'd never heard of them before. I would have thought I'd seen them around as well. Maybe they're not from Bridgewater, because it was Somerset. They might have been from somewhere else. But they were really good as well, tight, and just general rock music as well, really, really good. So I think every band that were playing deserved to go to Bloodstock.
Yeah.
I didn't see the other ones, but I'm sure they were the same, you know. There's a lot of talent out there now.
But was it Unburier?
Yeah.
So you heard it here first. If it hasn't been confirmed already, Unburier going to Bloodstock.
Yeah.
New Blood stage.
Yeah. But yeah, it was after No Thursday War. It was at that point I realised I was very, very drunk, and I was doing basically 1 pint per band. And there was 2 bands left. I think it was Grove Warden and Sale were there because they won last year. And I was like, there's at least 2 more pints I've got to drink, and probably a third while I'm waiting for the results. And I was like, I can't even do 1 more pint. Yeah, I couldn't do any more, so I had to leave at that point.
When you're done, sometimes you're done. You can't. Yeah. You can't. Sometimes you can't force the drink down you. Your body just doesn't want to take any more. Yeah. And when that happens, just go home.
Yeah.
There's no point in standing there wasting money on pints that you're not going to enjoy.
No.
Just get the hell out of there.
That was what was that, last Saturday now at this point. So it was really good. Going to go into a few more gigs in the future now, I think. Oh, one big massive news that I don't think you would even know.
Go on.
We had the Bloodstock. So we'll be talking about Bloodstock very soon. Sorry, we'll get into 2000 Trees for this episode. We'll also be talking about Bloodstock very soon as well. The band we had on for our Bloodstock episode, we had Josh and Drew from Death by Kai. We would have said, I think, in the episode, was it episode 5 or 6?
It was an early one, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we would have said, or they would have said, they've been going for probably almost 20 years. They've just announced that they are going to be calling it a day, which is
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is sad and strange because they've been a band since I've been into music, been into rock music, and they're younger than me, which is
Fucking hell.
strange as well.
That's
You know,
a long time to be in a band.
Yeah, they've been going probably since secondary school. Right, I think they were like 12, 13 when they first all got together, maybe a little bit older.
Shit, that's crazy.
So yeah, they're playing their final gig on the 6th of August, which is, what's the date today? Oh, so yeah, you got a few weeks after this comes out. So yeah, if you're near the area or in Somerset and wanted to check them out, yeah, they're playing at the Cobblestones, or I think they're playing Exeter. I'm not sure what the date of Exeter is, but yeah, they got 2 shows left basically, and we're going to be driving back from Scotland that day. I think we're leaving the Friday, stopping over because it's like a 12-hour drive, stopping over the Friday night, and then driving back another 6 hours on the Saturday. So I'm really, really hoping we don't get caught up in any traffic or anything.
Yeah, because you're going to want to see that.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I couldn't believe that. It's strange. I couldn't believe when it came out.
That sucks.
Yeah.
But do you know if they're going off to do other stuff, or
I'm sure they'll
probably
all
go do other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm imagining is like some kind of film kind of story where they all go off into their own bands, become the next big four each, because there's 4 of them. Is there 4 of them? Yeah. Become the next big four, and then like another 20 years down the line, they'll get together. They'll be on the stage together and be like, we should do a Death by Kai gig right here. And
I like it.
Yeah, no, I'm sure they'll be doing other stuff. I don't think they've grown apart musically. Maybe they've just struggled getting gigs, like we've spoken about. Like it's hard as a band now.
Oh my god, super hard. Yeah.
But that's about it from me from the last couple of weeks. I'm sure there's been more. There's been plenty more, but probably don't have time to go into it because we're talking about 2000 Trees today, and I mean I don't know anything about it really. I'm not in any of the 2000 Trees Facebook groups or anything like that. I know a couple of people who went, but I haven't seen much. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing about it, hearing about the interviews you did. Should we go into the news?
Yeah, let's quickly do some news. I don't have much. There's one main thing we need to talk about quickly, but yeah, we'll do that and then we shall get on to 2000 Trees. This is the news. We've got news coming for you now. Just shut up. The news is going to come now. This is the news.
Well, I think I know the one thing you're talking about. Let's do that first. Pantera.
Yes, indeed. Pantera. Yeah, so if you don't know who Pantera are, they are like a very huge sort of massive metal band from the late 80s, early 90s, all the way up to about 2001, which is when they broke up. And they were a huge deal. Huge deal. Yeah.
Okay.
And he went till 2001.
Yeah. I thought
I think they might have broke up in 2000, actually.
Yeah.
But no, I was going to see them in 2001, and then September 11th happened, and they never came over. So it must have been 2001 when they officially broke up, I would have thought. But yeah, so, you know, a lot of people have heard of Dimebag Darrell, you know, still considered to be one of the greatest guitar players of all time. Obviously, he was in Pantera. If you didn't know, or if you already know, he was shot on stage playing with Damage Plan as a crazy fan, claiming that he broke up Pantera, went mental, and unfortunately killed him. And I think a couple of roadies as well, or maybe one roadie, and shot a load of other people. And then I think in 2018-19 maybe, the drummer of Pantera sadly passed away, Dimebag's brother, Vinnie Paul. So there are currently 2 members of Pantera that are left alive, basically, which is Rex Brown, who's the bass player, and Phil Anselmo, I'm sure a lot of people are aware of, is the singer. So yeah, I saw it just like you. I was on Facebook and I was like, sorry, my voice keeps cracking.
That's fine. Yeah,
I keep sounding like I'm going into puberty, but that's just how a few times my voice has gone like really quickly. I can't help it.
I think he sounds a bit like Michael McIntyre when it does that sometimes. I don't know about you listeners, but every now and then it's like a Michael McIntyre twang to your voice.
Twang, great.
Akankaka.
No, great.
Sorry.
Thanks, mate.
Anytime.
Yeah, so it just came up on Facebook, and it was like Pantera getting back together, and I'm like, okay, without the 2 I want to say main members of the band. I mean, Pantera without Dimebag Darrell is not Pantera, and I know that a lot of people are excited about this, and I am as well. But I think the main thing is, who do they get to replace these two people? I mean, Dimebag's guitar playing is unreal. I'm not quite sure. I know there are probably more technically better guitarists, but the riffs, the solos, the fucking beatdowns, who's going to play this shit? So I'm just interested to see what personnel they get. Because I saw that Down, Phil Anselmo's other band that are fucking awesome, played Hellfest, and fucking hell, he was sounding great.
Was he?
Not that he's ever sounded bad, but he was sounding really fucking good, which is probably why they've gone, I'm sounding really good at the moment, maybe we should do some Pantera.
Yeah.
Like, while I'm still sounding good. And yeah, they'll probably sell a fuckload of tickets and, maybe play a few festivals or whatever. So how do you feel about it? Are you a Pantera fan or?
Yeah, so I obviously knew who Pantera were growing up. I never really bothered listening to them until I was at uni, actually, which was about 2008. Yeah, I think it was 2008. So it was a long time after they'd split. So I don't get the whole Dimebag and Vinny thing, which, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people in the same boat as me. I didn't know how much of a big part of the band they were, or how, I can't remember the words you said now, but I don't get why people hate it because they're not in it.
Well, they're kind of the founding members, both brothers. They were just so sort of influential to metal, as people, and they were really cool people as well. Everyone thought they were, really nice and great people. So I think that since both of them have passed away, people are just a bit like, maybe you shouldn't touch this because this is like sacrilege.
Yeah,
it's like covering a Queen track. There's some things you just don't do.
Yeah,
and covering a Queen track is one of them. Stuff like that. I think that's probably what people are saying, because I've seen more negative comments than positive comments.
I would say I have too.
Yeah.
But another thing
but
is,
you never know.
Queen carried on without Freddie. Well, I didn't. Maybe not carried on. They sort of reformed and brought Adam Lambert in. But I'm sure some people feel the same way about that. There's going to be loads of other examples out there where, people left the band or died and they brought other people in and people were okay with it. So, like I said, that's why I don't really understand the controversy. I'm not saying I don't agree with it or disagree with it or whichever way round that might come across. I just don't understand it. It just doesn't.
It's because Pantera fans are like Pantera fans.
Yeah.
Like they fucking, like Adam Leader from In Search of Sun.
Yeah, I knew
we
I'd
talk
say
about this
something.
arsehole on the podcast so fucking much, but he is literally the biggest Pantera fan ever.
Yeah.
And I can bet you any money he was leaping in the air when Pantera said that they were going to play, like he on his Facebook, he's going crazy.
Yeah.
And I said to him, don't get too excited, just wait. But it all depends who, some people were saying that they'll get Zakk Wylde to play with Dimebag, and apparently they were friends and he has a link to the band. So I think if Zakk Wylde was to play guitar, a lot of Pantera fans would be quite happy with that.
Yeah.
They would say, that's a really good replacement for Dime. It's not Dime, obviously, but it's someone who's within the genre, around at the same time, knew the band, knew the people personally. So I think they just have to be very clever with who they pick personnel-wise. But I think if they pick the right people, I think once people get over themselves a little bit and they realise that they'll actually get to hear some Pantera songs live with original members of Pantera, I think people will be very excited. I know I would be.
Yeah.
So, I'm still on the fence. I'll say that now. It might be terrible.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's going to be really good. But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. But it's not till next year, so we've got a bit of time on that one. We'll probably find out some news on the way as who's going to be involved. And, knowing them, they probably won't come over here anyway. They'll probably just play shows in America, I would have thought. Yeah. Not sure whether they'll bring it over to Europe.
They're playing Knotfest, aren't they? And that's also been rumoured that there might be a Knotfest day at Download. So you never know. Yeah, we'll find out. But
you never know.
Yeah. I mean, I have a Damage Plan CD. I didn't know it was Dimebag Darrell and Vinnie Paul.
Yeah.
I didn't. Sorry, I don't know. Going back to it, I didn't understand it was them at the time. I didn't buy it because of them. Also, Down, I didn't. I didn't know that it was the same guy from Pantera. I heard the name. That was it. I didn't know Down was the Pantera guy, so I never really got into him either. Like, I've never followed that side of it.
Yeah. Oh, I love Down. Super Joint and Ritual are really good. That was Phil Anselmo's other band.
Yeah, I did it.
Really fucking great band. Yeah, really good band as well.
Yeah.
So you've been involved in quite a lot of the stuff. So you got quite a lot of the music. So yeah, it's exciting. We'll see. It might just be a fad. It might never happen. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We'll see. But
definitely interesting news.
Yes, definitely.
Other news, Disturbed, you got a new song out today.
I've seen a little Facebook edit of the video. Yeah. Is it good?
It's okay. It could fit in with the first album, no problem. You could just slot it in and it wouldn't
That sounds really good.
Well, yeah, but it's been like, over 20 years since the first album?
Yeah.
Maybe they've changed little bits over the years and then come back to their roots. I hope they haven't just been like that all the way through, because I haven't followed Disturbed. But
no, they've changed. The new stuff it's a bit different, to the first album, definitely. Cool. But if you said that, then I'll give it a listen for sure.
Have a listen and see what you think, because this could be the whole thinking that pop punk band, Meet Me at the Altar. Me thinking there was like Funeral for a Friend, and you were like, nah, it's pop punk. And I listened to it again. I was like, oh yeah, it's pop punk. What the fuck was I thinking? That's a little update that I wanted to give after that episode talking about them. But so this could just be me being an asshole again. I don't know.
No, I'll listen. I'll listen, and we'll check back next time, and I'll see if it did fit in. It probably would.
Yeah, I think you could slot it in anywhere in that album, and you wouldn't notice it's not from that album. It's 20 years later, but
I like that album a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure there was a couple more, but I can't think of what they are at the moment. I wanted to tell everybody that I'm a 36-year-old man and I have TikTok on my phone. We normally just give a quick plug for everything, don't we? And just say, come and join us on all the social media, on Facebook, Instagram. I haven't been posting loads recently, but like I said, I do have a TikTok, and there's something very, very cool that we're doing.
We are doing something very cool.
Yeah, and I'm going to release one of the videos tonight. Actually, I'm going to release the first one tonight, so you might be on number 4 by now. But we are going through the lineup of every single year and putting the bands against each other and making the ultimate Download Festival lineup, but only from bands that have played. So the video that I've made already is putting all the Friday headliners of the main stage against each other, and basically seeing who wins. And we're going to put the poster together of the winners of every single place on that lineup.
I'm interested to see what comes out of that, because there's going to be a lot of interesting head-to-heads. I think there's already a couple that are like, "Whoa, shit, man, that's awesome!" Yeah. Can't wait. Look, head over to TikTok. Have a look at those. Yeah. We'll try and get them in other places as well. But if you see them, just interact. Tell us who you hate, or if we've made any bad decisions. Yeah. We want people to get involved. You can get mad at us if you want. We can take it. We're all right.
Yeah. We're the hero that the internet needs, not deserves. I always like saying that quote, but I can never remember what it is. But yes. Yeah, so the intention is to put it on Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. The guy I've been watching, Damien Keys, I still watch his stuff. He's amazing. And I sort of got the idea from some of his videos, actually. It's really good. I want to say here as well, we're not sponsored by him or anything, but if you're in a band or do anything like this and you want inspiration of what to do next and things like that, definitely go and check out Damien Keys' YouTube, because you won't get ideas straight away. You won't watch a video and go, right, I'm going to do this. You'll watch it and then you'll sit in your head for a couple of days and you'll go, this is a really good idea to do. And it will really help you, I promise. It's helping us. So so that's the plan. I don't know if I should be giving my tricks of the trade away still. I don't know. There's two now.
Yes, fine.
You're getting this micro content because I've been told to by someone who says we'll be good. We'll go far if we do.
There you go. We've got to play the game. We're playing the game, people. You get me?
Absolutely, yeah. But like you said, we'll put it on those. We'll probably put it on Facebook and Instagram, normal places as well. Oh yeah, no, I was going to say as well, if you want to, so we're going to do Friday headliners as it is. We've pretty much got them already done. If you want to get involved in the voting of the next one, come and join us on Discord. We'll have a text chat set up specifically for this. And so every day I'll sort of put up, right, today is, I don't know, Linkin Park versus Slipknot. That'll be a difficult one, I think. And that's something that just us should not decide on.
Yeah, that should definitely. Look, people already getting involved. Look at that. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, so all that is awesome stuff. We hope it goes really well. We hope that you guys want to join in with it as well. Come and join us on Discord. I'll make sure the link is in all the episode descriptions and everything. Make sure it's a current link that can actually get you to join. And come and join us. Yeah, come and join in the chat and the conversation and the competition.
Yeah, let's do it.
We should probably start talking about 2000 and trees. I can't stop doing it. I know that was deliberate, but when
2000 Trees Festival.
Awesome. Should we bring Ronnie in?
Let's get him in, man. What are we doing today? Are we flying him in? Boating him in? Pinging him in?
Row
your boat gently down the stream. Ronnie, bring us in.
That's it. That cannot be beaten. You know, we said send it in if you want to help. Don't. There's no point anymore.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the best one.
We've reached the pinnacle.
We have.
Send for the devil!
Thank you, Ronnie. So yeah, where do we start with 2000 Trees? Like I said, I don't know anything about this festival at all, really. I was going to ask, actually, one of my questions to you was going to be, how far do you live from the festival? Like, could you walk it? Could you? You said you was about 20 minutes.
It's literally 20 minutes away from me.
I also thought after that, because I hadn't thought about asking about food prices, but I thought if you know your way around the area, you could easily just leave and go and get food and come back, and it'd be much cheaper. Well, with fuel prices, it might not be that much cheaper, but you probably could. Obviously, you wouldn't want to do that.
I'll give a shout out to my friend Joe from a very good band called Death Is a Girl. Go and check them out. He was at the festival.
Yeah.
And he just goes home every day.
Is he?
And then comes back to the festival and then goes home. Awesome. And comes back and goes home because it's 20 minutes away from Cheltenham.
Yeah.
You can get a cab, to the festival and back if you live in Cheltenham. So it's absolutely perfect. It's pretty much you see, when you say local festival, it sounds small, but it's the same size as Bloodstock. So it's not a small festival. It's just if you live in Cheltenham, it's your local festival.
Right, okay.
So kind of like what Donington is for people that live in Derby.
Yeah.
They say Download's their local festival, but it's still a huge one. So, before I go through I'll run through what 2000 Trees actually is for the people that are listening.
Yeah.
First of all, it's awesome.
Right.
Really, really fantastic festival. It was my second time going this year. I absolutely loved it. If you want a festival with a really good vibe, great bands, good food, you can take your own drinks into the arena, so you won't spend a lot of money. Go to 2000 Trees. It's very, very awesome. But from Wikipedia, 2000 Trees Festival is an independent music festival held from Wednesday to Sunday on the second week of July at Upcote Farm, Withington, near Cheltenham in Gloucestershire. It offers a diverse selection of more than 120 acts across 5 stages, plus comedy, a large selection of food traders, theme bars, and a silent disco. That's held on the main 2 stages every night. So it's this silent disco is like no other silent disco you will go to. Right. At Download, they and Bloodstock, they're very specifically in certain tents.
Right.
You can just go back to your tent with your headphones.
Really? Huh.
It's honestly, it's mad. You walk around the festival and everyone has just got these crazy multicolored Bluetooth headphones on. It's crazy, but I'll speak about that excuse me in a bit. So, if festivals won the Grassroots Festival Award in the UK 2010, 2013, 2017 and beat Bloodstock for the best medium-sized UK festival in 2018. So
nice.
They started from nothing. It was started by 6 friends in 2007 who just had the idea to put on a festival, and it's been going ever since then. So 2007 was the first year. It's 15,000 people, so very similar size to Bloodstock. I think it was put up to 17 or 18 this year. There was a couple of extra thousand people. So it's the first year they've ever gone that big. So it's just a really cool little festival. So when it says from Wednesday to Sunday, but Wednesday is early bird, so you have to get early bird tickets to go on the Wednesday.
Okay.
I actually had those with my backstage ticket, my press pass, but the rest of the guys I was going with didn't, so I wasn't going to go by myself.
Yeah.
So we went on Thursday morning.
Well, you could have gone to put everybody's tents
to
up.
Sunday. No.
All right.
No. Mate,
make sure you got.
By the
space.
time it was so hot, by the time I got to this is probably, I'd say, a 15, 20-minute walk at most from the car to the campsite.
Yeah, nice.
And I felt more knackered than I have after some download walks because it was so friggin' hot. It was like really, really bad. And when we got there, the sun wasn't even in the sky. It was just stupidly humid.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really cool. It's also a cashless festival. So there's no cash. You get a 2000 Trees wristband, which has a little chip on it. You top that wristband up online and you use that to pay for everything at the festival.
Yeah.
Which I think other festivals should definitely take note of.
Yeah.
Because it was very easy and awesome. Really, really good little system. Anything that you top up on there that you don't use, 7 days before, 7 days after the festival, if you go online and just click refund, that will go back into your account after 7 days.
That's cool.
So very easy. I found it really easy to use. They've got tents there you can go top up at if you haven't done it online. They've got Wi-Fi in certain areas, so if you can't get any signal, you can go over there and top up your wristband, which I had to do once because I messed up the first one.
Right.
But yeah, really, really easy, really great idea. Cashless festivals, it's the way forward. I think bigger festivals, I won't say any names, should take heed of it and really get a system in place that's similar to it.
Well, I don't know, you might not have been there, Download, for that year, but Download have done that once with the band, with the chip.
Yeah, I heard about that.
But yeah, there was some massive problems. I think there was a couple that I was with. Theirs just wasn't working, so they had no money. And they were like, we can't use card, we can't use cash, we can't put money on this thing. How are we going to eat? Sort of thing. You know, it's fine if you're in a group because your friends should hopefully give you some money or pay for stuff on theirs. But say you're in Camp Lona or something, or you were just there as a couple and it doesn't want to work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you'd done that at something like Download, you would need to have things in place for that to happen.
Like the Wi-Fi thing, which sounded amazing. I don't think Download had that, not as far as I'm aware.
No. Yeah, so they had Wi-Fi like hotspots that you could go into and go onto the free Wi-Fi, and because it was all under. This is another thing I want to say about 2000 Trees quickly. One thing that they do better than a lot of other festivals, they have loads and loads of shade. They have shady spots. They have little tents here and there which just have nothing in. They're just shade for people to sit under, or to get out the rain if it was raining. Yeah, it's something that they do at this festival very, very well. And at Download, I felt twice as tired because there is no shade anywhere, even especially when you're in the arena. They really need to put in some sort of shady areas for people because I think it makes a massive difference. And when I was talking to people there, they were saying this is something that they do better than a lot of other festivals. And because it was really hot, it saved a lot of people. Like those Wi-Fi areas, they were all in shade, so you could go and sit in shade and go on Wi-Fi and look at stuff or do whatever you wanted, top up your wristband. So I thought that was really cool. I mean, I know it's a much smaller festival than the big ones, but that some of these bigger festivals can really take a lot from these small festivals because they seem to try a lot more things because they can. So I think the people that work for these really could pass some stuff over to the larger festivals. But yeah, that was really cool. Lots of shade, awesome cashless festival, and the Wi-Fi hotspots was friggin' awesome. One thing I will say that Download has that's way better, the water tasted disgusting.
Really?
Yeah, like I know, like the water you get from the taps of Download doesn't taste good, but it actually tastes not that bad, quite refreshing.
Yeah.
Wow, it tasted like ground. It was horrible. Really horrible water, and because obviously they can't put that much infrastructure in, so most of the pipes are over the ground. So by the end of the day, the water was warm.
Yeah.
You could have basically made a cup of tea in the water that you got from the taps at this place by the end of the day, because it had just like kept on getting hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter. So the water was horrible. So I did buy a lot of water there to drink because it was more refreshing. It was a struggle to drink the water that was there. I know it was free, but it was disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, that is interesting, isn't it? And it's a good talking point, because I've never really thought about how they get water to festivals before. You know, it's in the middle of nowhere normally. So do they bring their own tanks of water, or do they have to pipe it up to like a water main miles away? I don't know. Do you know?
Yeah, they probably have a main on site somewhere that's probably been purposely put there because they know that's the location they have the festival.
Yeah.
When they first started, they were probably just doing it from tanks.
Yeah.
But I think now there is a main somewhere that they obviously divert that and then across the whole festival through pipes and stuff. So, but by the time it was getting to the taps, at the end of the day, it was really hot. I had a lot of comments. Vicky's very fussy about. I've talked about her before with her fucking fizzy drink thing and all that. Yeah. But she's also super fussy about water.
Warm drink. Okay.
Yeah. She doesn't like water that tastes like shit, basically. She won't drink tap water.
Okay.
She's honestly, such a fucking prima donna. It's ridiculous. But yeah, so she was like mortified when I made her taste the water. She was like, "This is disgusting," and I was like, "Yeah, I will admit, I don't mind drinking normal tap water. Tap water in Cheltenham's actually quite nice, but the tap water from that water main 20 minutes away, it was not good. It was not nice. So yeah, so that was the only other thing. Also, another thing that was good and that was very bad at Download is the urinals were much better at 2000 Trees. We spoke about how horrible the ones at Download were. They never got emptied, fucking tipped everywhere, put piss everywhere. These ones were much better, really good, and they were emptied.
Yeah,
so
good. Yeah.
Points to 2000 Trees for that. There was no, but again, I will say, same thing I said at the pilot, same thing I said at Download, same thing I'm going to say about Trees. Again, not enough toilets.
No.
There seems to be a trend happening at every festival we go to now. They're really not putting a lot of toilets out. I'll be interested to see what Bloodstock are saying. And Bloodstock have the worst toilets by far.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of... Well, because Bloodstock was able to go ahead last year, there was a lot of complaints about the toilets. So it'd be interesting if they've taken something from that and are going to add more.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's always an issue, isn't it? Because it's something we all... Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter what colour, creed, sex, whatever you are, we all have to shit and piss.
Yeah.
So we have to go somewhere. So it's always going to be a topic of conversation at a festival. We're long out of the way at Download of the long drops and all that horrible shit. At least we got lovely portaloos now where, you don't have to see the next person's legs taking a fucking shit next to you and all that sort of stuff. They can't hear the fucking noises that are coming out of you unless it's really loud.
Unless you want them to.
But unless you want them to, exactly, yeah. Oh, Jesus. But yeah, overall festival toilets are quite good these days compared to, 20 years ago. But, more toilets.
Yeah.
What's wrong with all these festivals? Just get more fucking toilets. It's really weird.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see how much, if we were to be able to find out how much it costs to rent them for the 5 or 6 days or whatever it is, and work out, say they're only getting half the amount they need, seeing how much they're trying to save, how much they're actually saving on not getting more toilets. It shouldn't be that much more money to get more toilets, surely.
Yeah, I don't think so. By this point, they're getting deals and cost. These companies want to be involved with these sorts of festivals because that's going to keep the business going. Yeah. So I'm sure there are deals and cost and all sorts of stuff that they can get from it. But yeah, every festival, get more toilets.
Yeah.
It's not enough. there has not been enough, and it's not just me. There was definitely more before. Something has happened. I'm not sure whether it's supply issues, companies going out of business, and there's only certain ones you can get, but I know there's more and more. There's a festival every fucking weekend in the summer in this country now. But, sort it out, guys. Seriously. That goes out to everyone. Oh, I'm talking to you. All festivals.
All festivals, past, present, and future.
Get more toilets. A lot of great things that they do at this festival. It's very cool, very nice, good vibe. Everyone there is great. I saw a lot of download t-shirts.
Did you? Nice.
A lot of this year's merch.
Yeah,
it's really good. Yeah, let's not talk about that. Still sore.
I forgot about that.
Still hurts. Yeah, I can't get any of it either. So yeah, whatever. All right, calm down, Simon. Sorry. I saw a lot of download people there. Actually had someone recognize me as well from YouTube, which was good. I didn't think anyone was going to, because 2000 Trees, I've never put out a vlog there or anything, which I have got a vlog going out, be out of the weekend.
I did wonder.
So FYI, go check out my vlog. I was literally editing it before we started this. I've just got to do the outro. I'll upload it scheduled to YouTube tonight. So I think I might put it out on Saturday morning.
Cool.
Be quite a good day to release it. But
looking forward to that.
It was good.
Actually.
Yeah, it'd be really good. You can see from my video how nice the festival is, how gorgeous, surrounded by beautiful, Gloucestershire's in what we call the bowl.
Right.
Because Gloucestershire always fucking floods ridiculously. That's because we're in what we call the bowl. So it's just, just hills everywhere, all surrounding all of Gloucestershire. And it just looks gorgeous. The campsite, you just see all these beautiful hills, sheep, everything. Oh, it's just a really nice looking festival. Yeah. Really, really nice looking festival. So you'll see from the video how nice, and we had some fantastic weather. It was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Shall I talk about some bands that I watched? Or do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, so you said it's you say Thursday to Sunday, didn't you?
Yeah, which is really weird because
there's no
when the
Saturday,
Saturday,
right?
No, when the Saturday is the last night, you feel like you can go harder because even though it's the last night, it's a Saturday night. Yeah. So I always feel like I go way harder on the last night of 2000 Trees than I do at Download. Yeah. Like at Download, I won't drink because I've got probably a 2-hour drive. Yeah. Because I'm 20 minutes away and it's a Saturday night, I just get mashed on the last night of Trees.
Could you stay as long as you want on the Sunday, or do they kick you out?
I think they probably start kicking people out about 1 o'clock-ish. But,
okay, it's not too bad.
You can sleep for quite a while. I think we left at about, I want to say 10 o'clock or something, 10, 11 o'clock this time. Yeah. Or let's not get started about that because I have a whole fucking story about trying to get out of this festival. Oh, boy.
Okay, we'll get there.
Yeah, go on. Sorry, what were you going to say? You said about the days.
So I was going to ask what bands the days were on. What days the bands were on, even.
So on a Wednesday, you have one stage is open on the Wednesday, and you just have a few bands for the early bird tickets. Right. So I think they have about 8 bands play, but only the people there see them, basically. Yeah. So then Thursday, Friday, Saturday is when you have the main 3 days, basically. So as soon as you get there on the Thursday, bands are playing from like 11 o'clock. Yeah. So what we done was we got there, we set up our tents. I wanted to go watch Phoxjaw because obviously I was getting an interview with them afterwards. I like them anyway, but they were on at like 11:40. So we got all the stuff set up. Me and Carter had a quick beer, and then we all walked down to Phoxjaw and watched Phoxjaw on the main stage. So that was quite weird because when you're at Download, you've got those 2 or 1 day buffer. Even if you get there on the Thursday, you've got that 1 day buffer where you can just sit around. Yeah, you can't do that at this festival. Yeah. You go, you set up your stuff, have a quick drink or something to eat, and then you're literally off to the bands. But, you can walk to the main stage and back to your tent in 10 minutes. Yeah, so
that sounds amazing.
That makes it easier because you can go back and get more drink, and you can bring your own drink into the arena. So you can just stuff your pockets with beers. Like me and Carter were just loaded up with beers, like, and ciders and shit. So, you could stay in there for the whole day if you bring your own alcohol, or you just, you can go back to your tent and you're 10 minutes away. So that's the days for the bands.
Cool. And also before the bands then, what about, I was going to have not out. I was going to ask, just the general layout. Was there like a sort of a village type area? If we're talking, because I only got Download to go on, I'm going to use Download as an example analogy. I'm not trying to bring everything back to Download because we're talking about Download normally.
Yeah.
But did they have? Was there like a village? Was there little shops around like you normally have at Download?
So no, they do it differently. So because there's no sort of village area, so in the evening, the arena and the stages become the nightlife.
Okay.
So where you had the bands, that's where the nightlife is, and that's where the food stalls are. So you literally just have camping, and then a walk, and then you're in the arena. But the arena also doubles as the village once the bands are finished. So it's a lot. Remember, it's a lot smaller, you know. So that's how they do it. They sort of use the arena as the village after hours.
Yeah,
so it sort of turns into that.
Sounds like it's much easier to deal with than trying to get everything on different stages in the village.
This is the problem people were saying to me last year at Bloodstock. They were saying the reason why they like Bloodstock, because Bloodstock and Trees are very similar festivals.
Okay.
Very similar layouts, very similar styles, not styles of music, I mean just styles of how the festivals run.
Yeah.
They're quite similar. And a lot of the people from Bloodstock that went last year were just saying to me, I don't go to Download anymore because I can't walk. I can't do all the walking.
Yeah.
If you go to the arena, you have to be there the whole day. You can't come back because you'll miss a band. And, Download is just so big that a lot of people choose to go to these festivals because they are much easier to get around. And I can understand that.
Yeah.
I personally like scale, so bigger the better. But I did really appreciate how easy this festival was to navigate compared to obviously, just going to Download a month ago.
Yeah.
It is literally another world. It really is. I went back to the tent like 4 or 5 times a day while watching the bands. You could never do that at Download.
No.
You wouldn't fucking see any bands.
Yeah. Whereas, like you said,
very, very different. Yeah.
Sorry. It's like you said. If you go back to your tent, you'll miss a band, which I did with the Funeral for a Friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes sense. Yeah. That sounds cool, man.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's just a cool experience. So, you should definitely do Bloodstock or Trees to have something. Excuse me, to sort of go against Download in your head. Yeah. So you sort of wait up and you'll go, oh, okay, right, okay, I can see how other festival, another one would sort of work.
Yeah,
it will be interesting to do. Also, a price obviously is the big thing for people because Download is super fucking expensive. I mean, it was $140 something for a Trees ticket, and it's like $150 something for a Bloodstock ticket. So I can understand that Download is very expensive, but I also think it's extremely worth it. But yeah, anyway, is there anything else that you wanted to ask me before I go into some bands?
Not that I can think of at the minute. I'm sure things will come to me as you're talking, though.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. So I shall talk about some bands that I watched. So first band I saw, like I said before, was Phoxjaw, who I saw very, very early. I think they were on literally 11:30. I love first band at a festival because it kind of just warms you up. And when you hear that first bit of music and you're like, yes, I'm ready to go. So it was good. Yeah, they were great. They've got some absolute bangers. There's such a strange mix of sort of progginess. There's a band called Gold Key, which I absolutely love, that they sound a lot like. And they've also got that kind of that kind of like British oomphiness about them as well. I really, really like this band. And now, since interviewing Josh, I like them even more.
Yeah,
because he was such a cool dude. So it's made me like them, like even more now. So go listen to Phoxjaw. But yes, they were very good, a lot energetic. And I said to him in the interview, you guys will hear, but I love that a lot of bands now use program synths. So obviously they're played before, and then they're obviously played for a drum trigger or a laptop or something. But they actually played live synths, which is incredible for someone like me who makes electronic music and loves to play synthesizers. It was great to see them actually playing synths on stage rather than using a backing track. which is really cool. And you'll be able to hear in the interview, I asked Josh why they do that, and a little bit of wait bait for you there. He'll give you the answer to that question.
So glad that's the thing for you as well now.
Yeah, a little bit later in the show. So that's your wait bait. But yes, they were excellent. Very, very good band and highly recommended. Also, I was supposed to watch Fan Club, but apparently they didn't. Not apparently, they didn't show up. So we all got told through everyone that they haven't shown up and all that. Apparently, they were stuck at the airport and they couldn't get out, or their flight was delayed and they couldn't get out in time. They're from Ireland, basically.
Okay.
So unfortunately, they did not play. So I was really looking forward to Fan Club because I think that their last album was amazing, really good, really, really good. If you get a chance, listen to the song Hesitations by Fan Club. It is a fucking banger.
Okay.
Like an absolute banger. The video is incredible too. Yeah, Hesitations by Fan Club. You listen to that, I can tell you straight away you'll instantly be a fan. Very, very good. An added bonus to the lineup, who only got added like a week or 2 weeks before, was Holding Absence, who were playing the festival in 2020. Then they got taken off. Then they went on right into the end. They just randomly replaced someone that was playing. So they were playing on the second stage, and I can tell you straight away, it was too small for them.
Really?
We barely made it into the tent. I mean, we were on the edge of the tent for half the gig, and we managed to get ourselves in for like the last 4 or 5 songs.
Yeah.
But Holding Absence are too small to be playing second stages of small festivals now. If it's a small festival, they have to be on the main stage because this band are super popular.
Yeah.
For very good reasons. If you're a fan of any type of sort of screamo, emo, Funeral for a Friend, any that sort of era, these guys are doing that, but a modern version. Very fantastic band. Great singer live. I saw him when I was backstage. He was doing loads of interviews, didn't get a chance. I think Lucas, his name is, didn't get a chance to speak to him. But in my vlog, you can see me point at him because he's sitting behind me having an interview. So that's really, really cool. But yeah, they're just incredible. Holding Absence are brilliant. Like I said before, the first time I ever seen them was at 2000 Trees. And I said then, when they played like the third stage, which is like a small stage, I've never seen people get that much feeling from people in the crowd. Like people were crying, getting emotional, people were singing, just really letting go. This band does stuff to people live. Yeah. It does something to people. People really connect with them on like an emotional level. And again, just they were absolutely fantastic. I wish I could have got right into the tent, but we got there a little bit late, so it had packed way out, man. Yeah. And I was standing there going, okay, officially, Higher Power are too small for second stages at small festivals. Fair enough. Well done.
Didn't you
we
say
talked about them a lot. Yeah. What did I say?
Higher Power that time. I can't remember.
Did I say Higher Power? Sorry.
I can't
Sorry. I meant I said Higher Power. I meant Holding Absence.
Yeah.
Holding Absence are too small to play these stages now, but for very good reason. Very good band. And I was super stoked. But then,
hang on. So how big is the second stage at 2000 Trees comparing it to, say, the Avalanche stage? Is it bigger than that?
Oh, smaller.
Smaller than that.
It's probably smaller than the Dogtooth stage.
Really?
Yeah. The Dogtooth stage is quite big for a small stage.
Okay.
If you take it out of Download comparison, it's quite a huge stage, the Dogtooth stage. At Download, it's small. At other festivals, that's a big fucking stage.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, probably that size, I would say.
Right.
As a comparison, and you couldn't get anyone in there.
Bloody
you couldn't
hell.
get any more people in there. So yeah, very popular. Very, very good. Hence why they were playing the Avalanche stage at Download, which is a very big stage because they are a hugely popular band. But yeah, excellent as always. Very good. I then all of a sudden got a massive headache. So me and Vicky went back to the tent. And I just laid down for like an hour. And unfortunately, I missed another band that I was really looking forward to seeing, Dinosaur Pile Up. Everyone else said they were fantastic. Really great band, alternative rock band. Check them out if you like any sort of alt rock stuff. Foo Fighters, Nirvana, any of that kind of alt rock stuff. They're very, very good. Yeah, apparently they were awesome, but I was lying in a tent with a headache.
Right.
I took a couple of Rennies. I just went.
You have so many Rennies at festivals.
I do. I went too hard too quickly. I think I drank 6 beers in the space of about 3 hours.
Right.
So I was raging early in the day, and then it all kind of caught up for me quite early. So laid down for an hour, had some Rennies, had some paracetamol, waited an hour, and then cracked on the beers again, and I felt absolutely fine. So then we went to see Cassiette.
Yeah,
because Vicky and Chess really, really want to see her. Obviously, we've talked about her on the show before. Yeah, really good, really raw live.
Yeah.
She can scream really well as well. I did notice she was singing to a vocal backing track. I only noticed it a few times, and I'm not going to diss any bands because I know a lot of bands do it these days. It's very in there now. It's still frowned upon by a lot of people, but a lot of bands do it. Probably a lot more than people know. I'd only noticed it a couple of times, but for the most part, excellent. She was very good.
Yeah.
I did feel like the guitar needed to go up a bit, though. I did want to go over and just say to Sam, like, can you just...
Don't.
The guitar,
No.
like, front of house, just a tad, and we're in business.
Yeah.
But I didn't do that because, these guys are professionals.
Yeah.
I'll let them fuck it up themselves.
But with Cassiette...
So yeah,
I want to talk about Cassiette because...
Go on.
Well, we said the last episode or the episode before, how she is going to become massive, I think, because of how much she plays the game. But she does, all these little clips of the same song. I'm sure most people know it. I think it's called, I don't know what it's called. It's the one that goes, I can't take it anymore. But it's better. Mm-hmm. You know the one?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to put that singing in. But that could easily be a pop song. That song just reminds me of Pink, and it could easily be like she could easily get into the pop genre with that song. But it's like they
are essentially pop songs with heavy guitars.
Yeah,
really. With obviously other bits thrown in there, but yeah, she could easily transition into pop.
Yeah,
no problem. Easy, even go back and forth.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she's really good. Something a bit different. And like you said, probably going to get quite big. I know, weirdly, like, we talk about bands blowing up. I would rather have her. I'd rather watch her than Wargasm, personally. Not that I'm going to diss Wargasm, but that's two sort of comparable up and coming people that are both playing the game.
Yeah.
And I would much rather watch Cassiette than Wargasm, but that's just me.
And me. I'm glad I missed her at Download, actually. I really am. She wasn't on my to watch list or anything like that, but I think she's going to become good.
We'll catch her. We'll catch her at something, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And then to finish off the day, I've been thinking about saying this since I saw them. I said to Vicky, I'm going to say this in the podcast. So headlining the Thursday of 2000 Trees was Jimmy Eat Boring.
What?
Or AKA Jimmy Eat World.
Oh. I thought it was like a weird parody band or something.
No, but boy, were they boring.
Were they always boring? They can't have always been boring to get where they are.
I've never been a huge fan of theirs. I mean, I said, how can you headline a festival when you've only made one good song? But that's just me.
You're
I said to a lot of people,
like
a lot of people. No. A lot of people got annoyed with me by that. I was only joking. Yeah. I was saying it to wind people up mostly.
Yeah.
But yeah, for a festival this size, definitely could headline. They've sold a lot of records. But for me personally, very bland, very boring, very disinterested. Didn't stay the whole time. Went back to the tent to get pissed.
Okay.
At Download, I wouldn't do that because bands put on shows. But at 2000 Trees, it's a small main stage. They only have lights. There's no pyro.
Yeah.
There's no screens. So to catch the eye at this kind of festival, you have to be very interesting. And two out of the 3 headliners of this festival were a stand there, play guitars, not do anything bands.
Yeah.
Which is okay for some people. And if the songs are good, that's fine.
Yeah.
I certainly enjoyed Thrice. We'll talk about them headlining the next day a lot more than I did Jimmy Eat World. But I really did think the Jimmy Eat World, from a stage perspective, were very, very bland. Very bland indeed. So, fine. They were fine. Nothing wrong with it. A lot of the Jimmy Eat World fans had a good time, but for me, very, very boring, bland headliner.
Yeah.
So yeah, that sort of topped off that day. And then we went to, like I said before, the silent disco, got absolutely trashed, made a fool of ourselves.
Cool.
It was a really cool end to that. But yeah, by far the best. You know, I'm on the fence a little bit with silent discos because I do like a good loud rave, but you can't do that anymore because of all these curfews and a load of shit, basically. So we have to make up for silent discos, and I had a lot of fun.
You
a lot of
talk
fun.
about raves, like illegal raves, where you go into the woods until like 5 a.m. or something like that.
Well, yeah, I mean that, but I mean at Download, you know, like essentially the Doghouse is just a big rave, isn't it?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
With rock music.
Yeah, I thought you meant
it's just still a rave.
Raves that you go to.
You don't have to be listening to fucking trance for it to be a rave. It's still a rave.
Okay.
No matter what you're listening to. So I do love a good rave, but I don't mind a rave with headphones on if it's good.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I've never done a silent disco. It's never appealed to me because I don't understand it. Maybe it's just because I've not done one and I don't understand it. But
I honestly think, dude, you would fucking love it.
Can you talk to people? Do you go over both ears? Can you? I don't.
Yeah, but you can take them off.
Okay.
If you take them off, there's no music. Like me and Carter, when I do the signal to him for a cigarette, so I go like that, and then we take our headphones off, and me and him are just literally standing there having a conversation.
Yeah.
While everyone else is listening to music and singing.
It's strange.
It's very weird. Yeah, it's a very weird feeling, but it's also very good because you don't have to walk out of the tent. You can just take your headphones off, and then you can just stand there and have a full blown conversation with someone. Like me and you could literally do the podcast in a tent at a silent disco.
Yeah.
You'd hear singing in the background, but you'd still be able to hear our conversation.
Yeah.
So it's very, very interesting, but very, very cool.
Like
so
that.
yeah, I think you would. I think if you'd done one, I remember doing it at first, and I was like, this is fucking weird.
Yeah.
But once you get into it, you're like, actually, this is pretty cool.
Awesome.
If you got some good tunes on, it's decent. Yeah, we'll have to do one at one point. But yeah, and that was the end of the Thursday. Do you have any comments or questions before I move on to Friday?
No, just no, yes, basically. After that,
no, yes.
Yes, well,
Nice.
I obviously asked about the size of the second stage tent. What about the main stage then? Was that outside? That wasn't a tent?
Yeah, it's outside. So all the other stages, bar the main stage, are in little tents.
And what sort of size would you say that is? Is that as big as the second stage? Well, or crowd as well, crowd-wise. Because trying to work out how many people, sort of 15,000.
So you'd have it's the same size. The same amount of people size-wise as the Bloodstock stage, main stage, but not as the actual stage itself is a lot smaller than the Bloodstock stages.
Okay.
It's hard to explain, but out of the blood, if you look at the Bloodstock stage, that but smaller is the tree. The trees is a very small stage, actual stage for a main stage, but the area it's in is the same size as Bloodstock. So like I said, the Bloodstock one has screens on the side. Yeah. Trees one doesn't have screens on the side.
If you were going, if you were going to stand at the back of the second stage at Download and at the back of the main stage at 2000 Trees, would you be closer to the front?
God, way closer.
At 2000 Trees, closer. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. If you stood at the back of 2000 Trees, you could still pretty much see all of the stage.
Right. Just trying to get in my head how many people would be at each sort of.
When you see the vlog, you'll understand
that makes sense,
what I mean. So if you guys can't get any perspective or wrap your head around this, watch my vlog. It will shed light on what kind of thing. And then if you go and watch my Bloodstock vlog, you can compare the two stages.
Yeah. And then if you smash that like button
and share
down below in the comments.
Yeah.
I don't know why you have to point. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, why would you?
Anyway, sorry. Yes. No more questions for that day. Yeah, nothing else.
Okay, so Friday was obviously the day when we woke up and we realised Vicky's parents didn't have the correct key. So we woke up expecting to go in and chill and go and see some bands, but unfortunately we had to leave quite sharpish, and then we got back for one of my favourite bands, Puppy. 3-piece sort of alt rock bit doomy, bit of Black Sabbath, little bit of Ghost, little bit of something else. 3-piece, absolutely fucking fantastic band. And again, they were absolutely brilliant. You shall see in my vlog, I got some little snippets of them. Crowd were loving it. We were loving it. They played the second stage. And yeah, I haven't seen Puppy since Download 2018, so I was absolutely buzzing to see them. And they didn't disappoint. Great guitar solos, great songs, fantastic vocals. Just a absolute. This band should be huge. They really should. They're so underrated. It is literally criminal how underrated this band are. But everyone that was there absolutely loved it. So that was a friggin' awesome. Then we went to the main stage later in the day to see probably the band I was looking forward to, apart from Puppy, the most, which is Turnstile, who are by far at the moment the biggest, most popular band playing this festival.
Yeah.
I think every single song off their new album has over 10 million plays
really?
On Spotify. They could have headlined this festival no problem, even though they're a relatively new band. All I'm going to say is, wow, I hope these guys play Download ASAP, because I have not seen a crowd sing and react and go mad to a band like this for a very long time.
Yeah.
I'm talking no one was on their phones. Everyone was singing. Everyone was moving, jumping. The band were interacting with the crowd. It was fucking great. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Best gig I've watched in a long time. I think that their new album was Glow Up is incredible. And yeah, I just loved every single second. And it's kind of like, they've got that real punk element to them. They've got a little bit of Rage Against the Machine to them. And I think they've got that sort of, that late 90s bounce. So crowds are just going old school bounce into them. And it was good to see that movement again, like in a big group of people and everyone singing all the words to the song. So it was kind of really old school seeing these guys. So yeah, I absolutely loved it. So if you're a Turnstile fan, definitely go and see them live, because if they're anything like they were at Trees, it's worth going to see them. And yeah, I think they should definitely play Download next year. I will be absolutely buzzing.
Awesome. Absolutely
buzzing for that, mate. Then something Download related. Thrice are the... let me just check if there's anyone else that I saw that day. I don't think so. No. So Thrice were headlining the main stage. I like one Thrice song, I think. Nothing against them. Again, they were okay. But instead of watching Thrice, I went to watch a band that I watched at Download and loved them so much that I went to see them again. The Scratch.
Ah, yeah. Nice.
And they were probably even better than they were at Download.
Really?
They're on the forest stage, which is literally a stage in a forest.
Okay.
There's trees everywhere, all surrounded. They've got like a wooden stage all built up.
Yeah, nice.
And again, they had the crowd going crazy. When you watch my vlog, you'll see that these guys know how to do a live performance.
Yeah. Fucking
brilliant. I cannot say enough good things about this band. I absolutely love them to the core. They are phenomenal. Just brilliant. I will see them wherever they play. They've just won 100% fan over me now. Awesome. I just love that they're playing all this like Irish metal, and then in the middle they just go dun 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 dun, like fucking Fear Factory or some fucking next level gent band. It's just, they're so talented. They're so much fun. They always like having a good laugh live.
Yeah. Did Jacobs?
And I
sorry, carry on.
Jacobs, go on.
I was going to say, did Jacobs come and watch you? Watch them with you at Download?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't think he did, but I think we were saying after it would have been the kind of band that he would have loved to have seen.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye out. And if they play like Bristol, we'll all meet up and go and watch them.
100%.
Yeah.
100%, dude. If they play anywhere near here, me and you will make a date of it and go and see them, because I think you'll be fucking laughing and having a really good time at the same time, because they don't take themselves too seriously, which is always a lot of fun when bands do that. Like musically, they're fucking talented.
Yeah.
Like playing metal solos on a fucking electric acoustic is pretty fucking hard to do.
Yeah.
But these guys managed to pull it off fantastically. So yeah, another band I can't recommend enough if you're listening and you like metal or, I said before, I don't even like Irish music.
Yeah.
But it's not about that. It's got licks of Irish in it, but essentially it is metal.
Yeah. I was just thinking about if I can put that little clip of you saying that every time you talk about them.
Yeah. I know. I said this, and now they've become literally one of my favourite bands, which is crazy. But yeah, they were fantastic. And then, I went to watch a little bit of Thrice again. Bit boring, fine. And then we went out to the silent disco again.
Cool.
We kept our headphones from the night before, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was good. That was it. Have you got any questions about that day before I move on to my last day of bands?
No, nothing. No questions on that day.
Okay. And then we went to the Saturday, which again is weird that the Saturday is the last day of a festival, but it's not the last day of a weekend.
But also,
so when I woke up,
interesting.
Yeah. Trust me, right? When you're a downloader like we are, it's really fucking jarring when you're there because my brain couldn't fathom that it was the last day, but it was a Saturday. Yeah. It's even now, my brain's having trouble with it because when you're just got that download bit embedded into you where Sunday, that's the last day of a festival. Yeah. What the fuck is this? What is a Saturday? What's happening?
But it made me think, like, would it be better to do that at download? I know it's going to be Thursday music next year anyway, but would having Thursday, Friday, Saturday be better? I mean, it definitely would be for me because I can only book off weeks at a time. Like,
there you go.
Most people would normally have to book Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Monday. Would it be easier for those people as well to just book Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off?
Yeah, I think it depends, doesn't it, what kind of job you've got and how flexible it is. With me, I can book off any day in any order, but with other people, like you said, you can only book them off in chunks or certain bits, or people do, so I think whatever way round you do it, people are going to moan about it. But it was just really weird being a downloader that the Saturday was the last day of the festival. So it's just like, fuck it. So I drank a lot more on this last day than at download. I might have one beer on a Sunday. This day I was drinking the whole day. I was sitting there in the morning with Carter, we're like, are we drinking today? And he's like, nah. And then 20 minutes later, I cracked a beer. I went, do you want one? And he went, yeah, go on then. And then we just started fucking just drinking all the beers. Like, we didn't even notice they were just going down so smooth.
Yeah.
I was like, did that taste good, dude? He's like, yeah, that was nice. That went down well. And I'm like, and then I said to him, I think these beers are going down far too nicely now. Like, they're tasting really good. Like, it's the first day. So, we had to slow down a little bit, I think. But yeah, it was awesome. Let me just look at the bands quickly and work out who I saw and what order I saw them in. Well, this isn't going to take long because on the Saturday, I watched two bands. So
okay. He was so drunk.
But I was just taking it easy this day. We spent a lot of time just relaxing, walked down, had a little look around, went for a little walk. Because there wasn't too many bands. We were walking past a couple of people and had a little look in and that, but we took this day easy because we were slightly damaged from the night before, 2 nights of the silent disco. But yeah, I got to see a band that I talk about in the podcast a lot and a band that I absolutely love, Higher Power.
Yeah.
I also didn't realise that I know the singer.
Huh.
Someone had told me this before, that it was the person I thought it was. It is the person I thought it was. He used to party at a house that I used to have. He used to come to house parties. He was my housemate at the time, was going out with his best mate. So He was always over our house at house parties. He probably doesn't remember me. This is like 2010.
Yeah.
But yes, I do. I technically do know the singer from Higher Power. I thought it was him, but I wasn't sure. But as it turns out, after a bit of digging, it is him.
Nice.
But that's got nothing to do with this story. I just need to add that in there.
Yeah.
But yes, they are one of my favourite bands. Favorite new bands. Again, fucking fantastic. Always managed to get the crowd going. Again, similar to Puppy, criminally insane how unknown this band is because they should be fucking massive. But excellent, really good, great with the crowd. You'll see on the vlog, fucking awesome songs. Everyone's singing along, and just an excellent time. So if you like good music and you like, I don't really know where to put them. They've got like a little bit of new metal. They've got like a little bit of punk, a little bit of alt. If you like any of that sort of stuff, go and listen to their last album, 27 Miles Underwater. They're on Roadrunner Records for a very good reason. and they are fucking excellent. So go and check out Higher Power if any of that I just said interests you. And then I watched the headliner, which is a headliner that is far more interesting than the other two, which is Idols. So obviously Idols are like a new punk band, basically. You know, they're raw, they're new, they don't give a fuck. On stage, they were doing just the craziest shit. They were going mad, they were playing little musical bits, they were jumping in the crowd. I'm not saying I don't like any of their songs, I haven't really listened to them properly, but after watching them live, I really want to actually listen to them now, because I haven't heard raw punk played like this in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't just a punk band, this is a proper punk band.
Yeah.
And I mean a proper punk. They literally don't give a flying fuck about anything. And that, seeing someone on stage, a band, have that attitude is really refreshing. And looking back at Jimmy Eat World and Thrice, it made them look so dated and so wooden compared to this band. Like, the difference was night and day. It really was, performance-wise. Yeah, they might not have as good songs or, you know, be as big as those two bands. And at the moment they are. In the future they might not be. But yeah, wow. Absolutely blew the other two out of the water. They made them look super boring. I even thought Jimmy Eat World were boring while they were playing. But after I'd seen Idols, I thought, fucking hell, how bland could you get?
Yeah.
But yeah, Idols were excellent. Really good. Really raw, good British punk. And they were really funny as well, which helps.
Yeah.
Really good. I thought it was a really good way to end the festival.
Really interesting. Yeah, really. I like that you've said that. I didn't know. I didn't know about them before.
Yeah.
Before this, but it goes to show, like you said, Thrice and Jimmy Eat World have been around. Yeah, I was going to say. I wanted to say Three Doors Down for a minute. I don't know why.
I wish.
Yeah, they, like you said, they've been around for a long time. You know, they've done the rounds. They've probably played hundreds of shows all over the place, massive shows, and so they should have the experience. They should know they should need to put on a show everywhere, not just the places they want to put on a show. You know, it's a rubbishy little festival in England. It's not even the big one. We'll just go and turn up maybe. But like, yeah, there has beens now. Maybe, you know, maybe that. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't want to offend people, basically, but it does sound like what a lot of people are saying about Download. Like, you need the newer people, get rid of the old ones. So I've never been a fan of Thrice or Three Doors Down because no, I know Three Doors Down. Jimmy Eat World. I mean, I'm not saying I dislike them, but like you, I have only really liked the one song of Jimmy Eat World. I never was interested in checking their other stuff out, and I think it's the same for Thrice. And so to me, that was years ago, 15, 20 years ago, that they had those one song each that I liked. Maybe they've stayed relevant, maybe they've stayed big, maybe they've kept the crowd, but I don't know. I expect I don't know. Maybe it is time to get new
I know.
people.
I get what you mean, though. I think it was just noticeable, you know, when I saw Turnstile and Idols play, you could really see what the difference between a relevant band is and a band that's, you know, in their, I don't want to say twilight years, but more towards the end of their career than the beginning. And the difference between the two, it was really prevalent to see. And it's like you said about Download. Sorry, I just had to take a little bit of that cough sweet because my throat's sore. It's like you said about Download. You know, me and you understand that things change, music changes, festivals change, and you have to push these festivals forward, which is why festivals like this would put on Turnstile, you know, as main support and Idols headlining the festival. And Download needs to do the exact same thing, you know. If you have fucking Metallica, Iron Maiden and Def Leppard headline for the next 3 years, you won't have a fucking festival left.
No.
It's as simple as that. You won't.
No.
And as much as people love those bands, you need to get that new blood in there. You need to get the rawness. And you look at the difference in a crowd between, you know, I'm trying to compare, because Metallica do have really good shows. Okay, so this isn't a comparison of music, but if you look at the difference to a Def Leppard, the crowd response to a Def Leppard show and a Bring Me the Horizon show, I know that's not comparable bands, but you like that it will be packed and people will be into it because it's new, it's relevant, it's happening now.
Yeah.
They're not going to be playing an album, Hysteria, all the way through that was big before half the people in the crowd were born.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's something that you shouldn't do at a festival, because there are albums that are always going to be great that people are always going to love, but you need that new blood in there. You need to have bands that have a relevant connection with the fans.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you might as well put on a fucking covers festival.
Yeah.
And just do stuff from the past.
Yeah.
We've talked about it a lot, but these gatekeepers that protect these festivals need to get the fuck on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm going to take a guess here, maybe an educated guess, and say, is Jimmy Eat World's biggest song still The Middle? Because if it is, they need to fucking go.
Well, I know that Thrice have had some I think their 2016 album is like their most popular album, so that's quite new.
Okay.
So Thrice have had, I think, a lot more relevant success.
Yeah.
Recently than I would say Jimmy Eat World have.
Yeah.
No, like I said, Thrice, I wasn't bored by Thrice. I quite liked Thrice.
Yeah.
I thought they were good. I just thought they didn't have, much going on stage. But yeah, I mean, the top 4 Jimmy Eat World songs were made in 2001, which is a long, long time ago, and
well, that's something I was thinking about, especially when I was saying about how Shinedown could easily headline Download. I mean, look at their previous songs. Devour was the first one I heard. That was massive. That was an awesome song. They had Bully. That was massive. But they just keep putting out songs that are better than their best songs, and that's probably quite a hard thing to do. And that's what you need a headliner to be able to do: put out a better song than their previous best song. But if you're playing gigs and your best song or most well-known song is from like 10, 15, 20 years ago, then I don't think it's similar to what you said about System of a Down. It's not relevant anymore. It's not in the now. You should be.
I get you though.
Yeah.
You can have both, but you need to have a transition. You need to have new bands headline these festivals.
Yeah.
And which is great why you have bands like Idols headlining this kind of festival. It was refreshing. It was good to see. It was new. It was relevant. It's happening now. And it was just really good to see. So, we won't talk about Download anymore, but that's something that in the future we definitely want to see happen. And fingers crossed for next year, they pull the trigger and all that sort of shit. So it'd be interesting because overall, I really enjoyed this festival. I love 2000 Trees. I think it's fantastic. I think it's a really, really well-run festival, apart from me getting out, which I'll go on about in a second. But yeah, overall, really, really loved it. Also, I need to apologise to someone. I need to apologise to my friend Dean. I know you're listening to this because you listen to the podcast. I did not see Knocked Loose. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I know he said he was going to kill me, which he probably will. I promise you, if they play at another festival, if we're at the same festival, I will watch Knocked Loose with you, no matter who's playing, to make it up to you. So I apologise because people did tell me how good they were, but I didn't watch them for whatever reason. So sorry, Dean. My bad, dude. But yeah, so the only qualm I had for this festival is it took us nearly 2 hours to get out on Sunday. I mean, out of the car park.
Right. Any reason at all?
There's one. So, at Download, you have split car parks.
Yeah.
And you have lots of stewards and stuff. I didn't see a steward the whole time. I only saw a steward on the one entrance.
Really?
And there's a VIP car park, but there's one main car park for all the people.
Right.
And yeah, it's on the vlog. We were just sat in the car. The queue didn't move because no one was directing traffic. No one was saying, right, you guys stop from that side. You guys come. You guys do everything out and out and out. It was just utter fucking chaos. We happened to get stuck on the side because we had to move our car when we went to get the keys.
Yeah.
To begin with, we were right by the entrance, but then we were right by the back.
Right.
Because obviously this was already a day into the festival. So that completely fucked it up. So yeah, it took us 2 hours to get out, which is the longest it's ever taken me to get out of any festival. So that was a massive downfall. So they really need better car park management.
Yeah.
100%. 2 stewards on an entire car park. And they might have been very short-staffed, and if they were, then that's fine. But if they weren't, very, very bad car park management.
Yeah.
That's the only negative thing I have to say about this entire festival. That really... It was annoying because it was the last thing, Not that you always... Sometimes people say you remember the last thing.
Yeah.
Not like bitter about it or anything, but it was just annoying. It was frustrating because I had a fantastic time, and then 2 hours to get out of the fucking car park, and then I only got onto the road and I still had to drive. I know I only lived 20 minutes away.
Home
It's supposed to be 20
time.
minutes. Fucking took me 2 hours and 20 minutes to do a 20-minute drive.
Bloody hell. I know.
So that's the only shit thing, really.
Yeah, I know Kelly has been stuck for, I think another friend of mine was stuck at the same time for about 5 hours trying to get out of download one night. That was a Sunday night as well. So like, just imagine how tired you'd be. I think that was one of the nights that it rained a lot. Probably 2012, I would say.
Oh
then.
God, no.
Because it was before we were together. But yeah, like, just the cars were getting stuck, and people were leaving their radios on because they were stuck, and then they were breaking down. But people, like I said, people getting stuck in the mud, and so it took her 5 hours to even get out of the car park.
Shit.
Yeah, I would not have survived that getting home. Like I said, especially at night, I would have been already tired. But she's a trooper. She's amazing. Like, she could just drive.
Proper, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. If I start to get tired, my eyes start dropping. If she starts to get tired, she'll just sit there and go, "Nah, I'm not tired. I'll just drive for another 3 hours."
No. Yeah, I get tired. I have to have a coffee. If I have a coffee, bash some water on my face, I'm good, mate.
Yeah.
I'll go forever. But I need that boost to go into my system.
Cool.
But yeah, thanks. So yeah, that was my 2003's experience. I absolutely loved it. I can't wait. Hopefully, I can get a ticket for next year. We'll see once I pay my mortgage each month how much fucking money I have. But I would genuinely love to go next year, and I would love to take I'd love to take you, for instance, and just go. So you can experience what a kind of smaller festival is and how it's run and stuff, because it's very interesting when you're a downloader and you have these sort of small festivals to compare it to. It really does. It puts things into perspective, and it reminds you how fucking massive download is. Yeah. Like how vast it is.
Do you know if there was day tickets for it?
Yeah, there was,
There was?
Yeah.
How did that... Did they
so
have
just like Bloodstock, they'll still have
entrance?
day tickets.
Okay. Because I was thinking about maybe doing like Bloodstock for the day, just so I can see Syra. But I probably wouldn't be able to do it. But that's what made me think of it. I know Bloodstock do it.
Oh, that'd be great, man. Get a ticket. I'd love to see you there for the day, man. That'd be amazing.
I'll see what I'm doing that day. If I'm working, how far it is.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, so there was one thing I wanted to talk about, actually. But when you first started talking about idols, and well, I suppose a lot of the bands, I did check out some of the bands that were playing, including idols, and they weren't for me, but on your description, it sounds like they would be would be quite good live. But the playlist I checked out was from an email that you got. So I thought maybe I'd explain it a little bit for people who might not know, because I had no idea this is how it worked. I don't know if you think, is it going to be like one of the secrets of the trade?
Probably not.
Probably not? No, good. But yeah, when people were emailing you about doing interviews, it was like basically the PR teams of like so many bands, and they say, well, these are the bands we've got here. Who do you want to interview? We'll try and sort out a time. And by the way, this is a playlist of all the bands. So go and check them out. So if there's bands you don't know, you might listen to them and like them. And that is one thing that I thought was really interesting, that they're even trying to like really push the bands still to you. They don't turn up and go, yeah, these bands are massive. They've got, they've been booked for this festival. Loads of people are going to want to come and interview them. It doesn't work like that. They're still trying, even at that stage. And part of the game, stage of the game, I suppose.
Well, I think, small festivals, you will do that. Download, no one's going to send you a playlist of any bands. They're just going to say, these are the bands you got to interview, But, I think at small festivals, you get that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
We'll see. We have applied for accreditation for Bloodstock. We'll see what we get back.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed we actually get it, because it would be fantastic to have that kind of access again.
Yeah.
Felt really good. It was fantastic. It was blessed to meet everyone. Great to do the interview, for which we will go to in a couple of minutes.
Oh yeah.
Great to meet all of the the PR people backstage. They were all lovely, really nice, and I had a fantastic fucking time at this festival. Brilliant.
Awesome. So did you? Like I said, we'll go to the interview in a minute. Did you bump into any other people in bands? Just not have the time to interview them, or?
I saw that. I mean, it's a small festival. You see everyone. You know, this is the sort of festival where the bands won't just come for the day. They're probably going to stay there for the whole weekend.
Okay.
So you see people bopping around, and you go, "Oh yeah, there's thingy. Oh, there's thingy and everything." So yeah,
Cool. And
it's one of those kind of festivals. The smaller ones are more like that than Download. You know.
Yeah. And how much backstage access did you have? Did you try it and try and get as many places as you could?
Oh, I mean, I probably could have walked right up to the back of the main stage if I'd tried. I was walking past security for all different places. When you got press, there's certain places you can go, certain places you can't. But for interviews, they had an area and that. But you'll see on the vlog, I explain the area and where you can go and that. But it was cool. It was great to have that kind of access. So hopefully that's something we can get in the future, and we can start beefing up this podcast. Because this is our first on-site interview, which is amazing. Really cool. You know, think of how far we've come within just this many episodes. You know, think about where we'll be in another 50 episodes. You know, we've already got accredited, already got press pass, and it's exciting. It just means we're heading in the right direction, which is very cool.
And we've only just turned 1 as well. You know, just thinking back to the first episode where we were strangers. We pretty much amazing.
Yeah, it's fucking great, man. Really cool.
Yeah. Okay, well, should we go to the interview now then?
Yes.
Just before we go into it, then, just to go over it again. So this is you with the guitarist from Phoxjaw.
Yes, Josh from Phoxjaw. Yes.
Awesome. Oh, by the way, I haven't heard the interview yet, so I won't be able to have any questions about it at the moment. Maybe I'll have some next week. If you have any questions for Simon, send them in to us. More than happy to answer your questions. Both of us. Obviously, I can't answer them about 2000 Trees, but anything you want.
Yeah, if you have any questions about 2000 Trees, if you're a downloader, or if you went to Trees and you saw anything I didn't see, or any bands that we haven't talked about, just let us know, and we'll chat about it on the next episode quickly.
Awesome.
About anything we missed from the festival. Right, I'm here with Josh from Phoxjaw.
Hello.
How are you doing, my friend?
I'm fantastic. Feeling very fulfilled.
Feeling very fulfilled in life. We were just talking, you guys having the first time that you played in the day.
Yeah, like
which
first
feels
time
weird.
Before 12 p.m. Before lunchtime. Like, we played the set and then I had lunch. So, never done that before, so that was the first.
Did you have breakfast?
I had some, what are they called? Ritz biscuits.
Oh my god!
Nice dry breakfast.
Because I was going to say that you guys, are you staying for the whole weekend?
Oh yeah. We're
you
actually
are.
playing on the Saturday as well.
Yeah, I saw you said that before, and I was like, I did not know about this.
Yeah, well, we were a bit tactical, really. We didn't tell people because we want people to come to our first one and not just fuck it off. Because otherwise we played to no one. They'd be like, oh, it's fine, we'll catch them another time.
To be fair, I think you might actually draw quite a lot of people doing that, because people have seen you already and they're going to go, oh, these guys are awesome. Oh, wait a minute, they're playing another stage.
Yeah, we're going to switch the setup a bit as well. We're going to change the setup a little bit.
Nice.
We've got 10 minutes longer on stage as well.
I was not expecting live synths.
No?
No.
Cool.
No, because obviously, these days it's fair enough. Everyone knows people have not backing tracks, but synth tracks playing at the same time. Obviously, triggered by the drummer or whatever. But when I saw someone playing a synth, and because of the synthist in me, I was like, oh, that's nice. I loved it.
We're very kind of like old school in that way. We like to play stuff. We've always been like that. As much as we can do ourselves, we will do ourselves. So we love the vibe of every show being a little bit different. So we don't just putting the whole show on rails. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I like the fact that some days we're going to be faster, slower.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it gives people, as much as maybe it won't be as consistent as some other bands, it'll be unique to the people who are watching it at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
you'll get a specific sound that you
got
won't
that
get.
Gig, where the drummer could have fucking planned the time in it. But that will be just for you. Do you know what I mean?
I love that, man. That's great. And also, I suppose when drummers are playing to click tracks, and it's understandable to start stuff off and all that sort of thing. But like you said, it feels more raw, because I thought, obviously, when you're playing on stage, it's different. Obviously, you're not going to hear necessarily from front of house. It sounded great.
Sweet.
I was like, it really did. The bass was cutting through great,
Yeah.
drums sounded fantastic, guitar sounded great, could hear all the vocals. So it sounded great.
Amazing.
And you guys, I think, had a really good crowd reaction.
Yeah, I
Like,
think,
people
we had the
11
circle
o'clock.
pit going.
Yeah, I know.
Just after 11, so I was like, I'll take that, to be honest.
I
was
looked
expecting
over.
people to just be like waking up. All,
I looked over and I
blurry-eyed.
was like, there is loads of people in this circle
Yeah,
pit.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
amazing, 11
No,
o'clock in the morning.
I was really, really pleased that people like came out to see us
Yeah.
that early because, you know, it's like a festival. It's like people are just getting here and, you know, trying to set up their tent and stuff.
You know, your jacket got compliments as well.
Oh, did it?
I heard people around me going, oh my god, that guy's jacket's awesome.
Mate, try and play guitar in this thing. I won't be wearing this for the second set. This is like going all over the strings. Like
It is pretty hot out there as well. I'm like sweating already. What I was going to say was with the band, because your music is quite interesting because there's a lot in it, and so I don't mean necessarily styles, but it feels like there's a lot punching together, but it all feels like it's one line. What's the creative process? Like, does someone come up with riff? Do you guys, some lyricists come up with lyrics, and then they give it to the guys, and like, what's your process?
I mean, we usually like music first. Me and Danny will get together a lot of the time, sit together and just sort of come up with stuff.
Yeah.
I might come up with stuff at my studio or whatever, and just like a few riffs. The thing with me and Danny, when we write together, we try not to do too much without each other. We'll do an amount, and we'll go, we should meet up and work on something, because it's like the formula that us together.
So it might be strange if both of you aren't there. You might come up with something
because we've done it before where he's written the whole song and I've written the whole song. It doesn't quite. It's like good.
Yeah.
Both the songs are good.
Not quite
it's not
Phoxjaw,
quite
though. Yeah,
what we
yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah.
And then when we write a song together, it's like that's it. Because it's him going, how can we do this fucking crazy thing? And me going, that might be a bit too crazy. So let's put it into this.
Bring it back.
Yeah. And then we do that. But also, you know, our guitarist Alex writes a lot as well. So he'll sometimes bring stuff in, and then we'll chop that up and rearrange that. So it really is a really collaborative process.
I like that though. That's cool that everyone has a little thing. And
Yeah.
I guess coming up with, because you all obviously play instruments, it probably is better if you come up with music first. I know some guys with lyrics are just always, they come up with stuff and they're like, right guys, write
How do we
music
make
to this.
this? Yeah,
And you're
yeah.
like,
That's in my head. That's bizarre.
Yeah, it doesn't
I
make
know
sense.
for a lot of people that's like the thing, but no, we have the demo of the thing, and then we'll leave it with Danny, and then he'll listen to it in his car, like in full volume, and just
Come up with stuff.
drive around with
Yeah,
it and
yeah,
just
yeah,
go.
yeah.
I think of these words, and he'll just write the words down, and we'll just go from there.
Because you get a lot of people now, weirdly, like a lot of like ex-music students, bands. I know bands now that write to sheet music, which is insane. Where people are actually coming up with sheet music and giving it to other people in the band and saying, "This is what you will play." Now that is mental.
we've stepped a little bit more into the future. It's like we make demos on the computer now.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
We used to just write it in the room,
Yeah.
like just at practice. But I like record bands and stuff, so we make demos now, and like we'll do that. But we've always got this thing where we'll make demos, but we won't make them sound very good, so they can always get better later. So when we,
it's never going to be better than the demo.
yeah,
so it's always going to be better than the demo.
So we always try and make the demo kind of sound like shit, so that when we do it later on, we get some excitement.
That's a great idea.
So we record it like one take. Like we'll do like the guitars on the demo in like one take and be like that's that.
That's brilliant because every band I've been in is always like, we've got to make these demos sound great, man. They've got to sound brilliant. So when you take it inside the studio, it sounds as good as it can. This is even better. Just make the demo sound like
'cause
absolutely.
We've had it before when we first started doing stuff, and we were like, we made the demos, we tracked it. We always tracked it like we would have done the record.
Yeah.
And then we're like, tracking it, and we go, why are we tracking the record if we've the demos like it's pointless? So all the demo is now is how quickly we can get to the idea.
Oh, okay.
So it's like doesn't matter on the sound. Like we'll do a little bit of messing with the sound if it helps inspire the idea, but anything else is just a bit of MIDI drums or whatever.
Yeah.
A bit of guitar, a bit of whatever else.
And then
Do you
you've
know what I
got
mean?
the song.
And then we put it on Google Drive, and then we live with it, sort of thing.
That's the song. We can practice this.
Yeah,
and we're going to go into the
we
studio.
can all listen to this, then we can make it better later, so we can have some fun later. Otherwise, just repeating yourself's really boring.
Oh, jeez, as
Yeah.
well. And like you said, like making like these really great demos and thinking, why now are we paying money to go into the
Yeah,
studio
now we've got to go
to
and
do it?
pay a load of money to do it again when we liked the way we did
like
it
the
then.
first
So
one.
it's funny because like there's definitely bits on the album, even though I say we do our demos shit, but sometimes you do capture some magic
that's
in the
true.
demo, which
That's
we'll
true.
only have in the first time. And we're not against now. If we capture something in that demo stage, we'll just take that little audio file and chunk it into the actual album.
Definitely.
Because we're like, whatever happened there, we can't do that again.
Yeah.
It was like a time.
Yeah, something that
time and
happened,
place, do you know
a
what I mean?
particular guitar sound or a particular something, and you're never going to get that
Well,
same
it's like there's a
thing
couple of
again.
bits that Danny, who obviously usually plays bass live and sings, but he'll get on the guitar and play something a certain way, and like me and Alex don't play guitar like Danny, because Danny
exactly.
doesn't play guitar like any other human. He's just like, he just gets it and just goes doo-doo-doo.
He plays guitar like a bass player would play
he bends
guitar.
all the strings out and just it goes crazy. But with our sound, it kind of works. So like sometimes he'll record like a little lead guitar, and it sounds mental. It's like we can't quite get back to that that thing.
because he's playing it like a really
He's
weird
like bending all
way.
the strings out and like whatever. So we'll just drop that in and be like, well, that's the sound.
I love it.
Yeah.
I was going to say with gigs, like how many gigs have you guys played post COVID? How many? Did you play Download?
Yeah, we did Download.
How was that? Because I was at Download,
Amazing.
but I didn't get a chance to see it.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. It was our first one we'd ever done. We'd never done it before. But that was like a bucket list one.
Oh,
for me.
dude, Download's
Download was my first festival that I ever went to when I was
you've
younger.
got to.
So, I used to watch all the footage online and stuff like that when I was younger. But yeah, no, it's an absolute dream, bucket list stuff. So yeah,
You can say you've played Download, which is awesome.
Yeah, no, it's wicked. It's wicked. It's like really good vibe. Obviously, it's like it's a lot bigger than this. There's a lot more.
That festival is like.
There's something really nice about trees coming from Download.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
There's like, it feels really nice. Do you know what I mean? Like Download's a bit more like,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like full on constantly. Where here you're
this-
like,
but like in a good way. This
Download
festival
is,
definitely does like nailed it.
Download's the best, but it is nice coming here because it feels jarring at first because the last festival I went to was Download, and you come in, you're like, okay, it's way smaller, but the vibe is amazing.
Yeah, it's just a bit more chill.
Yeah.
I mean, sort of like just,
Although crowd-wise, people seem to go quite mental.
Yeah, I mean that didn't change anything. I think that's just inspired by the music.
It's just
Yeah.
the same.
But like,
it might be the same people.
Yeah, it probably is, to be honest, isn't it? It's like a fraction of the download.
Yeah. They would have came.
But like, there's one year at Download where I saw a guy who was head to toe covered in toothpaste, and he was like body naked, covered in toothpaste, and he was literally pissing up on himself. And I was just like, you don't get that.
Yeah. Some of the things you see at Download,
Gladly,
you will
do you know
never
what I mean? Yeah.
unsee,
I was
will
like,
you?
where does that? I wonder what that guy does in the week. Does he just go to like the accounting office? Do you know what I mean?
He does though. But I met a guy at Bloodstock, and he was the craziest person by far out of the group we were staying with.
Yeah.
What is he? Lawyer.
Yeah.
Of course.
They got to let it off. They got to let the steam
All
off,
that
yeah.
steam. He's got years and years of steam. He's just got to burn off.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad.
What else was I going to ask you? Right, if you had 2 or 3 days of a festival to book any headliners you could,
Fuck. Dead or alive.
who would you choose? Dead or alive can be from anywhere. If it was just like God gave you the power to make whatever festival you wanted, what would be your 2 or 3 headliners? Do you think that you would say you'd most want to see? They can be anyone from any.
Okay, right, I've got it.
It's a shitty question to
No, but
ask.
I've got it. I've got
okay,
it.
all right.
I thought about this.
Go on.
So, on the Friday night, we're going to have Tom Petty.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good choice.
One of my all-time favourites.
Fantastic.
Songwriting, everything. Saturday night, Metallica.
Nice.
Yeah, we're going to have Metallica on Saturday
Standard,
night.
but amazing.
Yeah,
Love Metallica.
Metallica. And then on the Sunday night, we're going to have Fleetwood Mac.
Oh!
Yeah.
I would buy tickets to this festival.
That would be the best festival,
That would be
wouldn't it? Like,
insane.
so good.
Tom
Yeah.
Petty, Metallica, and Fleetwood Mac. That would attract
And
some
also-
interesting people.
Also, Stevie Nicks is there on the Friday, so she can do Stop Dragging My Heart Around with Tom Petty.
I like this. Crossover people.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be
Yeah.
great. That's
Their
really
bands
weird.
are quite intertwined.
You know, no one's ever said those bands that I've asked before.
No.
You're the first person
What
to
do you
ever
usually
say
get?
those 3 bands. Well, you get
Standard.
Queen,
Deftones.
Elvis,
Oh, yeah,
all,
the-
dead
the-
people,
yeah,
Nirvana.
yeah,
Obviously, people that everyone would want
Yeah,
to see.
yeah. No,
But
I
I've never had Tom Petty. never said Metallica. No one's ever said Fleetwood Mac. That's
Well,
incredible.
let's go. Really cool. That is exactly my music taste. What is present there probably represents me.
What? Yeah. Oh
wholly.
my god, that would literally be the best festival.
Yeah.
Another thing I was going to ask is we've talked about on the podcast about record labels and bands and stuff. And he was saying, obviously, bands when you're like up and coming in that, it's quite scary when you think about contracts and all sorts of stuff. So I was just thinking, what's been your experiences with stuff like that? Like, have you been with other people who've had really bad experiences because people have, or if you had something good? Or
No, generally, I mean, the team that we've got around us is amazing. But the thing was, we didn't go looking for them.
Oh right.
They came to us.
Oh, that's even better.
So that would be. I give people this advice all the time. It's like, just do your thing, because there's so many bands that are like independent now that are massive.
Yeah.
So just keep doing your thing, because there is. It's not like you can't get someone because you're independent. I mean, take Shikai for example. They're a very independent band.
Yeah.
They're massive,
Oh my god,
do you know
hugely.
what I mean? You can do the whole trip independent if you want to. If you've got if you can do that, you can do that. But it also, in the same stretch, it's like if a label sees you doing that by yourself anyway, they're going to be interested. It's like we can maybe add to this thing.
These guys have a good work ethic.
Because this is what it is nowadays. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of like bands do a lot of stuff nowadays that isn't just playing on stage. They do a lot.
Social media,
The
doing
guy
your own
does Photoshop,
stuff.
the guy does video.
Yeah, of
do you know
course,
what I mean?
man.
Like, you have to kind of be quite flexible. So if a label sees you doing that, they're like, these guys know what they're doing, so we can add to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just being that. It's just having good people. It's like, we got our manager Brian, who's amazing. They sort of connected us with the
See, that's
people
nice
who are
because
good.
my other question was going to be, would you give any advice to like upcoming bands? But I guess that's it, really, isn't it? Just do your own
but
thing.
don't go looking for a manager. I mean, just do your shit, and the right guy will come to you, or the guy, do you know what I mean? You just need to be doing it, like, because people see that enthusiasm, that hard work, and they go, hold a piece of that. How can I get involved in that? So that's how you make that thing, and you get someone who's driven, because they're out looking for people who are driven, and then they find you, so everyone wins.
Goes towards the same. That's cool, actually. I like that because bands that are up and coming, like you said, a lot of bands now have their head screwed on with social media because you've got to play the game and you've got to make sure you do all the right things and the algorithms and all that crazy stuff that comes with it now. It feels like a lot to do because if you think about, imagine if you guys were a band in the 90s, how incredibly different it would be.
Be rich.
Yeah, well, that as well. I bet you any band playing a 2,000 Trees size festival in the 90s had a bit of money at least.
God damn it.
Yeah, I know. Why is it not the 90s? But I suppose it was the 90s, we wouldn't be doing a podcast.
That's true. This is built on VHS.
Yeah, I know, proper. But yeah, I mean, overall, we've spoke about 2,000 Trees and stuff. I'm just going to ask you one last question. It's not a question. I'm going to try and get you to do something.
Right.
Can you give me your best Arnold Schwarzenegger impression?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Get down.
Amazing. Thank you very much for talking to me, by the way. It was a pleasure to meet you. You guys are awesome. Genuinely, I really like your band.
Sick. I'm really glad.
So thank you very much for talking to me. And
Come see us on Saturday as well.
I'm gonna.
And that was the interview. Anything you wanted to add on top of that, Simon?
I just wanted to say thanks again to Josh from Phoxjaw for spending some time with me, and I had a fantastic time. Really, really nice guy. Like I said, saw him a couple of times around the festival. Really great band. Go check out Phoxjaw. They are awesome. I'm definitely going to try and catch up with them again at another festival.
Awesome. And should we start to wrap it up about here as well? We've been Dear Download. Thank you all for listening. It's been such a great year. We've literally just said before the interview how we've only been going a year. It's been a great year. If you come and follow us on any of the social media sites or whatever, social media sites, got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all the other ones. That'll be absolutely amazing. Go and follow Simon's YouTube. It's
just Simon Bond. Yeah, hit me up, Simon Bond on YouTube, and Fonzie_Simon on Instagram if you want to follow me for updates on all sorts of shit. But yeah, tell your friends about us, spread the love. thank you very much for listening. We appreciate it. Like Adam said, it's been a year. It's been a hell of a year. We've had so much fun. We've already interviewed loads of people. We've got accredited for our first festival. Still got Bloodstock to go. Loads of stuff to talk about. We got loads of ideas for the rest of the year. Literally, we just enjoy doing this so much. It's so much fun. We love we look forward to these conversations. It's not just like a thing.
Yeah.
We like the whole week are like, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say this. I got this to say. I got this. So yeah, it's great. So it's always appreciated. So spread the love. Get us out to as many people as possible. We would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah. Everything. That was, awesome. We're pretty much Dear Download on everything now. Hopefully we've been around long enough and got ourselves into the internet enough to just be searchable everywhere. You might have to, you never really have to put any underscores for anything, do you? No, to search. No, that's fine.
Not really.
You can email us. It's deardownload2003@gmail.com. That's 2003. Anything you want. Yeah, like Simon said, suggestions for the show. If you want to come on and talk to us, just let us know. And we'll have you on. We'll have anyone.
Don't say that. We won't have anyone. We might screen test you first. Can't have anyone coming on. Don't say that.
Yeah, if we screen tested, we wouldn't have had Simon on.
I'm afraid I don't want to do this podcast with you. Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, dear.
Great.
So all of that great stuff. We'll see you in 2 weeks where we'll be talking about... We haven't worked it out yet. When's...
We don't know. We'll be talking about something fun, I guess.
Yeah, we'll be doing like a I haven't worked out how many episodes we got before Bloodstock. Is it 1 or 2? It's like 4
Bloodstock's in 4 weeks.
So...
I think maybe on the next one we'll do a little Bloodstock preview and we'll do something else.
Yeah, cool. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah.
We'll work it out. And that's goodbye from Simon.
Goodbye.
And goodbye from me. Goodbye.